Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is Catherine with Oracle Intuitions, and we're going to be taking a look into the energies of the mind, the heart, and messages from spirit or from your soul for the time period of April 26 to May 6. So we're going to be breaking it down for each sign. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, it has been broken down into separate sections. So for the mind, for the heart, and which is relationships, and also messages from spirit. All the timelines are below. Please remember, if you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, you will be notified when we do go live, because we do perform live readings on this channel. And also you'll be notified when your horoscope signs do come out, or other readings on my channel as well. Please click like if the reading has resonated with you, because it does help support the channel as well. Also, if you would like a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com, and please do follow me on Instagram as well under oracle_intuitions. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed week, and let's get right into your reading. Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for April 28th to May 6th. We're going to be taking a look into the energies of the mind, the heart, and spirit. We're going to be starting off with the mind, and we're going to be looking into things that we are focusing in on at this time, or things that may be happening externally around us. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do suggest you take a look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get a clearer picture. All right, so let's get into it, and let's see what's happening for our Aries at this time. Aries, three shuffles. All right. Aries, first card coming in is we have Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. Second card coming through is Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Beautiful energy. And the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. Wow. Okay. You know what I'm getting here, and we're going to be doing some clarification, obviously, but honestly, Aries, it kind of feels like you are coming into things in a whole different perspective. It kind of feels like, you know what I'm really getting? So the energy that I'm feeling here is, I do feel some heavy energy that you had gone through, okay? You might have just recently gone through some heavy energy in regards to maybe perhaps a relationship or circumstances around you. Maybe for some of you, this might have been, something that just sort of took you back. You weren't expecting it. But I feel like what it did is it gave you a chance to reflect on yourself, okay? It kind of gave you this chance to sort of look in the mirror, all right? And not saying that there was anything particularly wrong with the way that you were looking at your reflection beforehand, but it feels as though you're coming from a place of, as it says here, this non-judgment, okay? It's like you're having more those positive expectations, rather than looking at things in a negative mindset or a negative view. It's like it's like you're opening up now to, the universe. You're opening up to the surprises even that the universe can bring through. Positive expectations, clarity, surprises, sometimes shock. It's like you had that whole paradigm shift. So let's get the clarity. And let's see what's coming through. I really like this. It kind of feels like for some of you, I do feel an energy like maybe some of you just weren't feeling very good, okay? Might have been sick. It could have even been just colds, flu, something like that. I do feel that for some of you, this could have had to do with people around you. Like you're just looking at things differently. I feel like for some of you, you might have had expectations towards something. And maybe for some of you, people weren't really living up to those expectations. And now that you've taken a step back, you're kind of coming from this place of that non-judgment energy, all right? And you're looking at it as going, okay, you know what? let people be who they are, as long as they're really not interfering in my happiness, because I now have positive expectations. I have a new clarity, maybe perhaps toward life, perhaps towards life circumstances, towards situations. Like, I've brought myself into this place of clarity, and I'm not going to pass judgment towards other people that may not have that same clarity, but I just also don't need to, you know, really associate with them either. It's like a whole paradigm shift. You shifted your energy. And I feel that because of that shift, you might be in this place of ready to accept, ready to receive new people, or new, you know, might be new groups, might be new energy, might be new careers, whatever it is. It's like you shifted, and now the universe is reacting to that shift. Okay, rather than you reacting to the shift of the universe is now reacting to you, and I like that energy. So first card coming through is the World. We also have the Eight of Swords, and yeah, you're in a place of contentment is what I'm getting here, or you're at least ready to walk into a place of contentment. Again, you know, it's not, you're not reacting to the world is what I'm getting, especially with that World card, but you're ending the cycle. You're not holding yourself back. And I feel like for some of you, you might have been holding yourself back from new experiences because of a sense of judgment in there. There may have been, you know, I don't know if that's my thing, or maybe you're placing judgment upon people, and it doesn't need to be always from a negative point of view, right? But, you know, it's almost like kind of, you weren't ready to open up simply because of the fact that maybe you felt like it wasn't just for you, or you weren't ready to accept it, or maybe perhaps you had experience with it in the past, and, you know, you're sort of holding yourself back because of those past experiences. But now you're in this place of contentment. You're not judging anymore. You're not looking at things in a negative perspective. You just have a whole new, it's like a whole new view on life is what I keep getting. And now when you look in the mirror, you see somebody who is in this place of contentment, and in this place of, you know, what does it say? Like, it says perfect work. All right. It's like things are going in a more positive manner now because you've changed that reflection in the mirror. I feel like for some of you might have looked in the mirror and, you know, seen somebody who wasn't always happy, or seen somebody that maybe was a little grumpy, or seeing somebody that might have been a little bit judgmental towards things. And now that you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing somebody who is happy and positive and not holding themselves back from experiences, you're receiving a different reflection. This is what I keep getting. So let's look at that Lady of Lightning. We have the Three of Cups coming in. You know, that's talks about celebrations. Maybe there's a new celebration. We also have that Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, and we have the Moon. You're trusting yourself a lot more now. You're trusting yourself. I feel like for some of you, you're not keeping things under wraps anymore. All right? I feel like for some of you, you might have been a little bit restricted in what you felt that you were able to say, or maybe you felt restricted in, you know, how you presented yourself, but you're now ready to come through with a more honest, you know, view of yourself, or allowing others to see a different side of you. This is what I keep getting. It's like a different side of you, maybe more playful, more fun, more, you know, in this place of celebration. But again, you know, it seems like you're just enjoying life rather than putting restrictions on life. All right, let's look at that Eyes of the Beauty. And we have, yeah, look at this. We have the Queen of Cups coming through. Beautiful energy. We also have the Queen of Wands. And we've got the Six of Pentacles coming in. So, you know, there's a new generosity towards you, but again, you're looking at things from a more confident place than you were before. Here's what I'm getting for you, Aries. It feels like for some of you, you are confident. Okay, you were confident within yourself. You were, you know, energetic, exciting, all of this stuff. But at the same time, there was an element here of holding yourself back, and maybe because of the fact of you know, how you wanted to be perceived, right? Or how you wanted people to perceive you. Maybe for some of you, you know, you felt like you had to restrict yourself because, you know, you felt like, okay, if I, you know, if I show my true colors or if I get excited about this, I'm not giving off the right perception to others. And now you're in the place of, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to enjoy life. I'm in this place of acknowledging who I am and that I can be. I feel like too, especially with this Queen of Cups coming through, I feel like for some of you, I feel like your natural nature is to be generous and to be super loving, but there may have been circumstances, you know, throughout your life that just sort of brought you into this place where you felt a little bit held back. Like maybe people took advantage of your generosity, or maybe people weren't as honest with you as you were with them. And because of that, you started to close yourself off, or you started to, you know, when you looked in the mirror, you weren't seeing that happy person or that happy place or that open person that you may have seen in the past. It feels like you started getting, you know, or started to have that energy of, you know, feeling like you had to hold back, okay? Especially with that Eight of Swords. Like you weren't ready to break free, right? Because again, you know, maybe external circumstances kept kind of closing in on you and you felt restricted. But I do feel like you opening up now and you're just in this place of no, I'm going to enjoy life. The eyes of beauty, like it really talks about the Lady of Lightning, the Lady of the Mirror. Like these are exciting energies. You're seeing yourself in a whole new perspective. So let's clarify that Queen of Cups. I want to see what she has to say here. Yeah, this is exactly it. Yeah, I feel like for many of you, something else, or maybe perhaps a series of things, you know, throughout your life brought you into this place where you were feeling really restricted, or you were feeling held back, or maybe you were even looking at things in a more paranoid type of view, okay? Like maybe somebody said something to you, but because of past experiences, you were putting the wrong spin on what somebody else was saying, okay? Or maybe you were expecting, you know, if somebody says, hey, I really like your eyes, you're like, what do you want? Okay, what is it that you want? What's wrong with my eyes? You know, like you're not taking it the right way. You're sort of looking at it as in a more negative view rather than coming from this unconditional loving type of view, right? And I feel like this perception has changed now because it was putting a burden on you, right? It was putting a burden on you. But because that Hangman, you went in, you have a new outlook now, all right? I feel like something happened here. I feel like something happened here that brought you into this place of contemplation. And again, you know, it could have been a circumstance. It even could have been maybe you had a little bout of illness. Maybe that there was, you know, just a change in something that it allowed you to just kind of take a step back and go, I'm just not happy. Like I'm not happy with this perception of the way I'm looking at things right now. I'm not happy with really maybe perhaps even who I am, or what I feel like I've been restricted from doing, or restricted from saying, or being restricted from being who I truly am. And you're letting that go. I really feel like there was some inner work that you guys did in order to bring this new viewpoint up to the surface, where you're looking at yourself and you feel that confidence, all right? You feel that confidence. You're not willing to accept things that aren't, you know, mutual receptivity. You're in this place of, you know, being generous from the heart, but at the same time, it's not, you know, due to being held back or because somebody expects it. You're doing it because you genuinely are a generous person, right? And you're doing it out of the element of love, not out of the element of for whatever nature it was that you may have been doing it before. So let's get a message from Spirit and see what the Spirit has to say. And then we're going to be taking a look into relationships and see what's coming through. It just feels like you're in this place of just being like I said, enjoying life. Like you're ready to now enjoy life. Enjoy the things that, you know, are going to come rather than worrying about the next step every single, you know, minute or every second day. It's like, I'm ready for those surprises. I'm ready for them. You know, but coming from, but you also have a positive expectations. Whereas before, your expectations towards surprises or what was coming may have been a more negative viewpoint. Okay? So, card coming through is it talks about inner integration. This is exactly what I was talking about, right? There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner world, the inner wild with the taming and the tempering effect that time has on, or life has on us. So again, I do feel like there was some inner work that happened here. Something that may have changed your view or changed your perception or changed the way that you're just, looking at things in a different viewpoint now. All right? Because there is peace. There is peace in that. When you're not in this place of always fighting against something or expecting the worst or being in this place of being held back, there is this absolute beauty in that. And there it does bring about that sense of peace because you're enjoying who you are. So let's take a look at relationships and see what's coming through. All right. Relationships for Aries. Relationships. Okay. 3 shuffles. There we go. All right. The stork transformation. 100%. Like a transformation. This is what I think I was trying to get through, that word, using that word with this. It's like there's been a transformation as to who you are, right? Or your perspective or your outlook or something along that line. We also have that Queen of Fire, so this could even have to do with the Leo sign. But we've got the moon coming in through here, the High Priestess, right? That inner knowing. And it does talk about, your intuition. It does talk about, like secrets maybe being revealed or things coming to the surface. It doesn't even need to be. We already had the moon card in here. And we had the Queen of Fire, right? So this is coming out twice. And I feel like there is this sense of excitement now for you is what I keep getting, right? Because you're releasing those things that are under the surface. You're not holding back anymore. So when we talk about relationships, I feel like through this transformation, now again, we're going to get some clarity on this, but I feel like this is very much about you at this moment, Aries. So when we talk about relationships, I feel that because of this, there's been a change within your relationships. For some of you, maybe you even went through a breakup of some sort, okay? There might have been a change in regards to your relationship status, or maybe you were thinking about a change within your relationship status in some way. Maybe you're thinking about moving away from somebody or something simply because maybe their outlook was always negative and that was holding you back. All right. And maybe you were getting into this place within yourself where you were recognizing that and going, okay, like I'm feeling miserable because of this person, right? But now you're taking charge. You're taking charge. You're following your inner guidance is what I keep receiving here. So let's see what else is coming through. Let's get that clarification. Let's clarify the stork. Let's see what that stork is about. There's one. Page of Wands. Yeah, honestly, I literally just said that I feel like somebody else's energy was affecting you, all right? Or maybe, it might have been circumstances, but I do feel like for some of you, especially because we are talking about relationships, I do feel it could have been somebody else's energy. And it's almost like they wanted you to be in that same energy that they were, and maybe they were just freaking miserable. All right. Or maybe they were just having a negative outlook, or maybe they were just being, pouty or whatever it was. But when we have this 5 of Swords, this is like win or lose. Like this is somebody kind of taking one up on somebody else. Like, you have to be like me, or I'm going to win, you know, and make you feel miserable about it. Or if you win, I'm going to feel miserable about it. There's a lot of defensive energy coming through here, but I do feel, again, that Princess of Wands. You know, it's interesting because when I'm looking at her, usually she's a very positive card. But I'm kind of looking at her right now, and what I get from the energy, she almost looks like, do as I say, you know, or I'm going to burn you, right? And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this reading, from this relationship, whatever this is. This even could be a relationship that you're currently in. You might be thinking about, you know, maybe walking away from, or, you know, should you walk away from it? I kind of feel like, you know, there's a lot of defensive energy, or you have to defend yourself against, you know, I almost feel like for some of you, you get into a place of comfort with this person and they all of a sudden change it up. You know, they might be happy one minute and the next minute they're like, fire, you know. But I'm getting, you could be dealing with an air sign. You could be dealing with another fire sign, Leo, Sag, Aries. But I'm really getting that somebody else was affecting you, affecting your energy, right? Let's actually clarify. Let's clarify that defeat. Yeah, look at that. Look what popped out when I said that. And again, you know, this is the Five of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. I really feel like somebody was like trying to leave you out in the cold, or made you feel like you were being left out in the cold, or maybe perhaps, you know, not giving you that same energy. Yeah, a lot of competition in here. Maybe they felt like, maybe they made you feel like you were, you know, that you had to compete for them, or you felt like you had to defend yourself against them in some way, right? Because it does feel like this is an external energy that's coming towards you, or that was around you, and I feel like you let it go. I feel like you walked away from it in some way. You recognized your own power, especially with that Queen of Fire. Like, this is the Strength card coming through. Like, you became strong because of some sort of situation. I mean, this doesn't need to be one particular person. It could be a combination of people, okay, throughout, you know, throughout a series of timelines here. It doesn't need to be one particular person, but it just feels like, you know, in the past, for some of you, you were just in this place of always feeling like you had a battle, or, you know, things weren't going to go smooth, or, you know, people were making you feel like you weren't, I guess, to some degree, even maybe not worthy, right? But you're gathering that inner strength is what I'm getting. Look at this. We've got the Empress coming in, 100%. Queen of Fire with that Empress, that's a force not to, like, nobody's going to, like, you can't stand up against that, right? I feel like this is you. Like, you found your power. You found your inner strength. You found that place of happiness and nurturing within you. That's the card of abundance as well. Look at this. 2 Strength cards coming in. So you really took back your own personal strength. You really took back your own personal, you know, just personal power here. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, but you know what? You're still coming in from this place of loving and, you know, somebody that can be relied upon. Like, you haven't changed is what I'm getting for you, Aries. You haven't changed who you are. You're changing a lot of the way that you're allowing people to, you know, come towards you, or to be with you, or to present themselves to you. You're not taking that negative energy anymore. You're not letting people put you behind them. You're not letting people treat you in a way that you're not worthy of, or that, yeah, I guess I'm saying that right. You know, like, you're worthy of more, and you're recognizing that. You're coming into your own, you know, beauty. I love this King of Cups, because it's really showing me that even though you're, you know, you're being fierce within yourself, like, again, not accepting bullshit, nonsense, and, you know, somebody trying to take advantage, or somebody, you know, making you feel unworthy, you're still coming in with this element of love. Now, this also could have to do with maybe perhaps somebody else that is coming towards you, because I do feel that there's a new energy that might be heading your way. They may not show up right away, because I do feel there's some healing that's needed right here, okay? There might even be you know, some inner work that you still have to do. But it's funny because we have the moon with the subconscious, the high priestess, okay? There might be still things that are coming to the surface in regards to this past energy, whatever it is, whether it's one particular person or maybe it's, you know, again, a series of people. But it's almost as though as you're going through this self-discovery, you're discovering more things about yourself, beautiful things, like, you know, again, more things towards your own strength or how you view different things. So we've got, yeah, 5 of Cups coming through. It's like there's a lot of inner work that's coming in here. We've got the Star card, could be an Aquarius. Could be a Scorpio. Leo. I'm getting, though, that I feel like there's some more healing that needs to happen. I really do. I feel like there's some more healing, especially with this 5 of Cups, okay? I feel like what you need to do, and you know, I know most people want to hear that, you know, this beautiful person is going to be coming towards them, but I'm really getting, Aries, that there needs to be some healing first. There is hope, you know. I do feel like somebody will be coming towards you, especially with that King of Cups coming through here. And it doesn't need to be a water sign. It can just represent, you know, the energy of this new relationship coming forth. But I'm really getting here that there needs to be some inner work first, okay? I feel like especially if you were in this place of being, you know, feeling like, you know, defeated or left out in the cold, or, you know, where somebody wasn't placing your value or recognizing your value, or they weren't placing you high on, you know, the scale of priorities is what I'm getting here, that you still need some healing to do first, all right? There are some things still that might be under the surface for you that just need to be, you know, just need to be healed. But I do feel that you are being guided by spirit, and especially, you know, when we had these cards coming through here that are talking about, you know, positive expectations, new clarity coming towards you, okay? Surprises, sometimes shock. It's a paradigm shift, okay? I do feel like there's this energy that's coming in here that is going to bring about maybe perhaps this new relationship, or maybe just a new outlook towards, you know, relationships in general. But I do feel that you might need to do this healing first, okay? So let's get a message from Spirit and see what's coming in. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Message for Spirit for Aries. We have Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. And we've also got the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine coming through. So again, I really feel like there's something coming towards you, somebody that is going to be more generous, all right? But what I am getting here is that you need to be in the place of receiving. I feel like for some of you, you haven't received that generosity in a long time, and you may not know how to accept it. You may not recognize it as being generous. You may look at it from the past, like that old paradigm, as opposed to the new paradigm shift, okay? So it talks about wisdom and the power of the divine. So it's like, you know, when we have that Well Watcher, for me, I'm looking at that as almost like that 9 of Cups energy, where, you know, make a wish. What is it that you're really wanting? And I feel like for some of you, might have been holding back on what it is that you've been truly wanted for a long time. All right? Because you're so used to receiving something that wasn't making you feel good in some way. And I don't feel like that's your, again, I don't feel like that was something that you've lived with like your whole life. It almost feels like you got to go back to, you know, that childlike, you know, openness, that childlike, you know, wonderment, all of that. Because I do feel like this might have been just a set of circumstances, or even maybe perhaps one person that sort of brought you into this element of looking at things from a more negative view as opposed to the more positive view. And there not, does need to be that healing coming through. We have that Knight of Wands coming in. We also, yeah, see, we also have that Six of Cups. So again, I really did feel that childlike energy that you may have had in the past, where you're full of wonderment and ready to dash forward and ready to take on the world. And it feels like something, you know, something happened here that was sort of diminishing that, or, you know, brought that light, you know, started to fizzle that light out. And because of the healing that you were doing, you're now ready. You're now ready to accept it. There might be a little bit more healing. But again, we're getting a lot of divine guidance coming through here, especially with that Hierophant. You know, it feels like you're listening to spirit. You're listening to your higher self. You're understanding more who you are. And instead of reacting or getting into that place of negativity, you're now allowing yourself to look at things in a more positive view. And again, doing the healing that is going to be necessary for you to really bring you back to who you were. So I love this. I love this energy. Thank you so much for watching, Aries. I truly hope that this has helped. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like. Please click subscribe. And click the notification bell so that you are notified when we do go live or when new videos come out. Have an amazing week and many blessings.